Demon Slayer is one of, if not the most popular anime going on right now as of 2025. And as y'all know, it's what kickstarted my channel. I'm obviously a huge fan. Now recently we've been making a lot of Demon Slayer videos on this channel, and today, as you can tell from the thumbnail and the title, we're going to be continuing that theme, with my last two videos being where I ranked the upper moons and the Hashira's backstories, and today and my next video will be ranking the main 6 Demon Slayer cast and the lower moons backstories, obviously with that being a tier list. And since I've already done this for the last 2 videos, I don't think I'm gonna have to explain too much about what that entails. So if you want more details, go ahead and watch the last 2 videos, which I'd hope you watch first before this one and my next one. But either way, don't click off now. Finish this video and then go back and watch those other. If you already clicked on it, you already might as well watch it through. You know what I'm saying? Stay here, don't click off. Stay here, go watch those after. But anyways, I digress. So if you're ready to get into this video just as much as I am, then make sure to like, comment, subscribe to join GLD, and to let me know you like this type of content. And since you like this type of content, make sure to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the content that you literally just liked right now. And last but not least, shall a friend or family member. Could be anybody. Could be your brother, sister, niece, nephew, son, daughter, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandpa, granddad. And of course, here we are back with the tier list as I mentioned previously, and obviously continuing on the theme for the last handful of videos. So obviously, since we're only doing the main 6 casts, so from Tanjiro to Kanao, with an honorable mention being Ao, ignore everything from Chachamaru to Yuichiro. Okay, so ignore all those because we're not doing those guys. Okay, we're not doing those guys. We're just doing the main 6 casts since we already did the Hashira, and of course honorable mention because I just felt like I kind of had to. I was also thinking of doing Murata 2 pause, but I mean he doesn't really have one. Like, it's just he was there when Giyu was there during final selection. That's all we know. Literally, that's it. And that obviously his parents died, because if your parents were alive, why are you here? Besides Mitsuri. But I will go ahead and go through a brief rundown just in case this is the first video of me that you're watching and you haven't watched the other ones yet. So of course, Trenches is the worst of the worst. That's why it's at the top. It's red. Worst of the worst. This is like it's the Trenches gang. Like, it's literally just the worst of the worst. Like, this is just damn near psychological warfare. No human should go through this, right? I wouldn't make it. Is like me, I personally wouldn't make it through this backstory. Either like I would, uninstall the game of life, if you know what I mean, in GTA, or in the backstory I would have just been taken out by whoever, by whatever the backstory entailed, if you know what I mean. Okay, anyways, damn is basically just like damn, like it's like somebody tells you their sob story and it's just so like mind-boggling, you're just like, damn, I don't even know how to respond to that. What am I, like, I don't know how to respond to that information. Basically, it's just so sad. It's just like, damn. But like, you know what I mean? Anyways, hold up, this is wrong, I need to fix this. I'll shed a tear is basically like it's not something that'll make you cry, but it's like, like in those movies where it's like they'll have like a dude or a girl staring out into the horizon, and it's like, oh man, and like a single tear will stream down their face. It's basically something like that. It's like, damn, bring a grown man to tears, and it's like a singular tear. You know what I mean? It's like it's like shed a tear. It's like a manly cry, if you know what I mean. Anyways, sorry to hear that is like, sorry to hear that, bro. Pat you on the back and you keep it pushed. That's basically what it is. It's like, man, that kind of sucks. But better luck next time, Tiger. That type of shit. It's like, like you just lost a football game and your dad is like, you'll get him next time, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And then not so sad is essentially not sad, but since pretty much every Demon Slayer's backstory is sad, so it's kind of, disrespectful to put not sad, because they're, in a way, they're kind of all sad. So yeah. Anyways, now that we've got all that yapathon out the way, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So of course, as I mentioned, honorable mention first up, we got Ao, or Aoi Kanzaki is her first name, or Kanzaki Ao in Japanese. If you don't know her backstory, well, it's because she barely even has one, and is not said in the manga nor the anime. But I've done my research because I feel like, I don't know, maybe Ao is a character that some people would actually want to hear what their backstory is, because she's kind of part of the main cast, but not really. I'm gonna put her around here probably. But basically her backstory, it's very short, so it's not even a long story short. Short story even shorter later, her parents got bodied and she became a water breather. So she trained. She was actually, I don't think she was in the same class as Murata. I think she was after that. And she trained under, obviously, Urakodaki, our boy right here. She wasn't that good at water breathing. So she decided, you know what, I'm going to be an assistant for Shinobu. That's it. That's literally her entire backstory. And I guess if y'all want me to do Murata, I can. I mean, I guess I'll say Murata's worse because he's actually still a demon slayer, so he's still out in the field. But there you go. That's their backstory. I mean, they're side characters for a reason. But just in case for the people that are like, what about Murata? There we go. Their parents died and they tried water breathing, but they suck at it. So one of them quit, that being Aoi. She became an assistant, and Murata, he just sucks. So anyways, now into the real characters. We got our main character, best boy Tanjiro. So of course, in Tanjiro and Nezuko, since they literally have the same exact backstory, probably gonna put them here. Yeah, honestly, I'll probably put them here. It's either trenches or I wouldn't make it. Obviously, we all know their backstory. I'm gonna explain a little bit. I'm gonna explain my reasoning. I mean, you could also argue that maybe Nezuko's slightly worse because she is a demon, but then again, Tanjiro is a human that has to deal with having a demon sister and save her. Like, basically has all the responsibilities, because Nezuko, I don't even think Nezuko can really remember that well or even really talk, and she's mostly cheery all the time. So like Tanjiro is the one that I think has more responsibility. So if, in case you want to just like, oh, well, I think Nezuko, Tanjiro is a little bit worse, just let me hear your thoughts in the comments. But for now, I'm just gonna put Tanjiro above Nezuko. So obviously we all know their backstory. The reason why I'm kind of holding it off from putting in trenches is because they grew up 14 to 16, because she's 14, he's 16 years of their life very happy. They had a very loving, happy family in the mountains. I mean, it's cold, but I mean, like, that's kind of just, you know, life. That's not really part of the, that's not like a, you know, big. Anyways, they're humble charcoal sellers, right? They would get charcoal, sell it, you know, because they lived in the cold mountains, right? So that was their job. Very loving family. His father obviously passed away, but before he passed away, he passed on the Hinokami Kagura, which is, you know, the precursor to sun breathing. Well, it's all the forms of sun breathing, but Tanjiro needed to have that, you know, memory fragment unlocked in his brain before he could actually start going down his path of mastering sun breathing. But you get it. After Tanjiro passed away, Tanjiro's dad, Tanjiro, you know, with a U instead of an I, got a UI. Isn't a UI like a legal thing? Like a crime? I don't know. Anyways, Muzan was like, hey, this is my opportunity, gang. I'ma take it. So he one day just slaughtered Tanjiro, the Kamado family. Tanjiro was out when that night. As we saw, he's staying over the night at Oji-san, which is basically uncle. He's not literally his uncle, but that's just what they call him. And he stayed overnight, and when he came back, his family was all cooked, except for Nezuko. Well, I guess she was cooked a little bit a different way because she was a demon now, so she was getting cooked by the sunlight. Well, now she was getting cooked by the sunlight, but she's a demon, so demons get cooked by the sun. Okay, when you have to explain a joke, it's just don't hit the same. Then obviously that's where the story starts. Tanjiro runs into Giyu. Giyu's like, fine, I'll spare you and your sister life. Shout out my boy Urakodaki, become a water breather. Bada bing, bada boom. So I don't really need to explain the backstory that much because we've all seen it. Again, this is more about ranking than explaining because we've all seen it. We've all read the same book. We've all seen the same show. So I don't really need to explain too much that we've already saw. So this is more about the ranking and explaining why I ranked it that way. And again, I wouldn't make it through this because if I saw my whole family cooked, like my sister a demon, I'm taking out my sister and I'm uninstalling the game of life in GTA, if you know what I mean. I'm not no, I refuse. I'm not making it through this. Like, I'm not doing this game. Like Tanjiro, a different breed. I'm not doing this. We're not doing this. We're gonna get a respawn. Nah. This server is cooked, gang. I'm not playing on it. We gotta give me a better one. So I'm not doing this personally. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And again, like I said, I'm not putting it in trenches because they actually had a good life before Muzan showed up. So that's why. Okay, so of course, next up, we got a boy Zenitsu Agatsuma, who actually I kind of like. I think he's kind of funny. I mean, I know like he's kind of hated a lot by the community because people kind of hate annoying characters, but I think he's just kind of like, I don't take it so seriously. I just kind of just view him as a gag character that's strong. I don't really care. I don't take it so seriously where it's like, oh no, this has to be like, bro, this is anime. Okay, this isn't a Nobel, this isn't a prized best-selling novel, New York Times, whatever shit. Like this is anime. Just have fun, whatever. Who cares? Okay, this isn't freaking Vinland Saga. Okay, relax. Originally, because I forgot, originally I was gonna put not so sad because it's like he's in debt. He became a demon slayer because he's in debt. After a little bit, of thinking through his backstory, I think I'm just gonna move it up a little bit to Sorry to Hear That. Maybe even shed a tear. But nah, I don't. It's hard. Pause. I'm gonna just leave it here for now. I'm gonna explain his backstory right quick. So of course, as I said, we don't get much of his backstory because it's kind of like a short little blurb. It's not even a full episode, relatively short. But essentially, he was abandoned by his parents, which is kind of different from them dying. I guess I would think having parents that died is worse, but maybe there's an argument your parents living, being alive, but they left you, like they don't want you anymore. They abandoned you. I don't know. It's kind of tough because would you rather have loving parents that died loving you, or like Tanjiro, or other characters, like, or is it worse to have your parents not like you and they leave but they're alive, they're fine, they just don't like your ass? Anyways, so obviously searching for that love and attention that he so desperately needs, he ends up falling in love with a girl, but the girl used him for his money. I don't know what money, but he ended up going in debt, and that's how he became a demon slayer. I forgot that part, that his parents left him, but I knew that he was in debt, like before I made this video. So I don't know, like your parents abandoning you, and then the love of your life stealing all your money. I don't know. I think I might shed a tear for that. You know what I'm saying? I think because I don't know. I think that's your parent. Like if my parents left me, that'd be kind of crazy. Like if they die loving me, I'd be like, damn, that's sad. But it's like they love me though. But like my parents left me because I don't like me. Like that's crazy. I grew up thinking my parents didn't like me. Okay, I was going through it, so it's like I kind of relate to that. If you know what I mean, being used by the people you love. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. I don't know. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna put him. Moving on. So next up, of course, we got Inosuke. See, here's the thing about Inosuke though. Inosuke kind of different. I mean, literally, he's kind of quirky, as they say. But here's the thing about Inosuke is what kind of got me confuzzled. It's that Inosuke didn't even know his own backstory until we get to the Infinity Castle arc when he's fighting against Doma. Come to find out, Doma took out his moms. So of course Zenitsu had a mom. We all do, or did, and we don't know who his dad was. But actually, I think it might have been a case, if you know what I mean. This is YouTube, so I don't want to say too much, but I think it was a case, you know what I mean, and she was left pregnant with Inosuke. So she ends up going to Doma's psychotic ass cult, and which we talked about in the last video. So again, self promo, check out the last video. So she goes to this cult, and Doma actually takes a liking to his mother and decided that he didn't want to eat her in either way you want to take that. Just try to kind of keep her around because she was fun, she was cool, she was nice, she was kind, gentle, typical Japanese Taisho era woman shit, and raised Inosuke at the cult. And Doma actually referred to her as sharp but dumb. So like she was dumb, but like she kind of like had a nose for some fishy over here, if that makes sense. So she found out that he was eating people, eating his clients basically, and he was like, nah gang, but I'm not gonna eat you though because you're cool. I'm not gonna eat you. I was just gonna let you stay here, grow old and die. I wasn't gonna eat you, gang. We was gonna just chill and be cool. Like I like you and shit. And she's like, nah, you a demon, foreshadowing, you a maniac, you a psychopath, whatever. So she took Inosuke and ran away. But then Doma's like, damn, I gotta kill her though. Damn it, I didn't want to do that. So he hunts her down, kills her, and leaves Inosuke at the edge of a cliff. And basically Inosuke raises himself in the mountains. But because he was like freaking, I don't know, 2 months old, not even a year old, I don't know, he didn't know what was going on, so he just raised himself in the mountains. So that's his backstory. So the thing is, his backstory is sad, but he wasn't personally affected by it, if you know what I mean. Like, I mean, yes, he was, like, physically, because he was left by himself, but mentally and emotionally, he didn't have any damage from that, because he wasn't even cognizant. He didn't even know he had a mother until he ran into Doma in Infinity Castle. Like, he didn't know anything of his own backstory. So it's like, it's sad, but he's not affected by that sadness, if that makes sense. But either way, I think I'll still say I shed a tear, because he still had to raise himself in the mountains. I mean, he got by great. I mean, he came out great. I mean, he's a demon slayer. I mean, he's a little crazy, but I mean, like, yeah, you raise himself in the mountains, taught himself beast breathing. You know, he's one of the strongest of the main cast of demon slayers. So I mean, yeah, I think I'll say I'll shed a tear. I think it's, I mean, I don't know, because here's the thing. I think that's good for now. I might edit the list at the end, but for now, I think I'll put that there just because. Anyways, moving on. We got our boy Genya. And of course, Genya, when I did the Hashiras, I put Sanemi in the same exact spot. Trenches. Genya, out of the main cast, I think easily, and even just in general in all Demon Slayer, has one of the worst backstories ever. I mean, I've already explained it when I talked about Sanemi in the Hashira video, having an abusive father, beating up your mom and you and your brothers and sisters. Your dad dies in a bar fight because he was drunk as fuck. Your mom has to work extra jobs, but now she's laid out at night. She gets turned into a demon, kills the entire family except for you and your older brother. Your older brother has to kill his own mother. Then you call that nigga a murderer. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, that's trenches. That's psychological. Like, I don't know how he doesn't. I mean, I guess they would have PTSD in the real world, but I don't know how they're not just walking around like this. Like how these characters be doing. See this chick right here? I don't know how, like, every single Demon Slayer should walk around looking like this to me. How you not like all psychotic? Like, bro, you all should be looking like this. like you all, you know what I mean? Like traumatized. I mean, I don't even really have to explain. I mean, we all know, bro. This is awful. And of course, last but not least, unless we decide to, I don't know, do some more side characters, just because, we got our girl Kanao. I'm not gonna lie, I think she's also trenches. I think we all should know her backstory. We got it. I don't remember exactly when, but it had to be around the same time we got Kanaye's backstory and introduced to Shinobu. But basically, she grew up in extremely poor. Like, basically, she was trafficked. She was human trafficked by her own dad. I think that was her dad. Either her dad or her dad in the other sense of the word, like her pimp. But she was very young. Just ever since she was born, I guess, she just grew up in extreme poverty. She was dirty, abused, neglected, all types of bad shit. And it wasn't until Kanaye and Shinobu put it. This is actually the image of when they actually pulled up. That's so funny. So they pulled up on her dad and basically bought her and then, raised her as, their own little sister. And she turned out somewhat all right, I guess. I mean, she got with the main character, our boy Tanjiro, who we know obviously is like one of the nicest human beings in all anime. So, I mean, he got her to talk again, open up. So I think that's a kind of a perfect match right there. Anyways, again, we kind of know all their backstories, so I don't really have to, explain too much. But I mean, yeah, but before we end the video, I'm going to go ahead and just look through this and see if I want to make any changes. Okay, so going back to Inosuke, I'm actually going to move him up above Zenitsu, because after thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, Inosuke literally had nobody. Zenitsu had people in his life, even though the people in his life, majority of people in his life, did not like his ass. It only Gramps liked him. At least he had Gramps. Inosuke literally had nobody. I don't know, but here's the thing: is it better to have people in that life that treat you like shit, or to have nobody in life? That's the thing, because Inosuke had literally nobody until he joined the Demon Slayer Corps. Zenitsu had people in his life, but they all hated him except for one. But I think that one is kind of caring. I think I'm gonna put Inosuke over, and he didn't even know his own backstory until he got to the Infinity Castle arc. So that's what I'm really struggling with here. I guess it's not that big. I know it's not that big of a deal, but these four up here will just stay at the top because this is solid. Like, this is for damn sure. I want to move one of these down, but I just don't know which one. Because here's the thing, Ao, yeah, honestly, I'm gonna move Ao down because Ao has a nice life. I mean, her parents died, but every single one of these characters' parents died. She became a demon slayer, but because she was not that good at it, Murata, take notes, quit being an actual slayer and, ran the day-to-day operations for Shinobu's, butterfly mansion. So she's kind of just chilling, doing her thing. And Murata's still out there in the field, getting messed up and shit by spider demons, like in Australia. So I think I'm gonna put here not so sad. Obviously, Tanjiro and Nezuko are going to be the same exact spot because Kanao. Kanao may be even worse. Not gonna lie, maybe Kanao even worse because she had nobody. Everybody treated her like her own dad sold her, human trafficked her. Genya at least had a loving family, kind of. I mean, beside his dad, who beat the shit out of his mom, but he had people in his life that loved him. Kanao had nobody until she got to Kanao, but that's no longer the backstory. We're only counting backstories, really. I don't know, maybe Kanao worse. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe my girl Kanao. I'm so sorry you had to go through what you went through. I'm sorry, but you safe now. You good now. You got Tanjiro to take care of you and shit. You good now. kinda. I mean, you're still a little bit traumatized, because you know what I'm saying, but like, you good though now, kinda. And you got me too. Facts. I think that's what I think I like this. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments. The next video will be doing the lower moons, which, you know, so like Rui and Mu, but I'm also going to include like Hyogai and some other demons that maybe are not necessarily technically lower moons, but pretty much the non-important demons that are important enough to have backstories, because you got to go tit for tat. If you do the good guys, you got to do the bad guys, you know, so on and so forth. So again, like I said, let me know what you think about this list in the comments. And while you're down there commenting, make sure to like and subscribe to join GOD, and to let me know you like this type of content. And since you like this type of content, make sure to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the content that you literally like. And last but not least, share a friend or family member. Helps the channel grow, the content grow, and so you don't have to watch alone. Could really be anybody: your brother, sister, niece, nephew, son, daughter, mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandpa, granddad. My name is Goldie, aka GLD, and that's all I really got for today. So bye bye.